Hello from the heart of India's high-tech industry, Bengaluru, famously known as Silicon Valley of India. Today, we are here at bustling atmosphere of Bengaluru's International Exhibition Center, attending Didac India. Didac India, largest educational and skilling resources exhibition and conference in Asia, and one of its kind in India. And we are thrilled to be present at our Technology Connect Partners booth, Janatics India. This remarkable venture was started by first-generation entrepreneurs and technocrats, Mr. Jagannathan and Mr. Nageshwaran. Started way back in 1977 with the mission of manufacturing in India, that is Make in India. They started manufacturing by cylinders and control valves for textile industry domestically. Manufacturing adds 17% to the GDP of India and jobs to millions. However, there are concerns about the employability. This is very relevant when we are in the mid of transformational era, Industry 4.0, and some call it smart manufacturing. In this context, Janatics India is bridging gap between industry and academia from last few decades. And we are here to learn more from one of the thought leaders of Janatics India, Mr. Subramaniam Ganapathy, who is Associate Vice President of Janatics India. Welcome, Mr. Subramaniam.
Welcome.
How are you?
Fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. So, how is the exhibition going on?
Very good. Good response. We have taken new initiatives.
Yeah.
So it's attracting lots of interest in the young minds.
First, we would like to know more about Janatics India and how it began.
So Janatics started in the year 1977.
Yeah.
Started with manufacturing of pneumatic products for the industrial automation needs.
Yeah.
Started with textile.
Right.
Slowly it started to get into various other sectors like machine tool, automotive,
Correct.
plastic, printing. So lots of industries. Every industry, wherever they do manufacturing of products, production is there.
Right.
It's not going to happen without pneumatics. So
True.
So we are doing it for last 47 years, and we are number one in the country. Yeah. So earlier we used to call our company as Janatics Pneumatic. So it's not anymore.
Yeah.
So it's, if you could see the brand, so you could see only Janatics, the name is there.
Correct.
So it means that this company is into pneumatics, into electrical, into various other robotics also. You would see that in the stand now.
True.
So all the technologies under the roof of FA, that is factory automation, we are there.
40 years back, whatever automation we had, and now it's totally different. So how is Janatics India, looking at it?
Earlier, we were an import substitution product manufacturer,
Yeah.
where the consumption was predominantly local.
Yeah.
But today, the requirements, not today, I mean for last 2 decades,
Yeah.
when we started producing products for the open market,
Yeah.
so we call it as standard products instead of saying custom products.
Yeah.
So these standard products have to meet the global expectations.
True.
So it is, we have to comply to various ISO standards, CTOP standards,
True.
DIN, VDMA.
Yeah.
So be it any German or Japanese or American or Indian, so all perfectly they will match, and the life also and the reliability is also remain the same. So the end customers decide what the products they have to buy, from whom they have to buy.
Yeah.
So if we have to sell our products or a machinery to export, I mean the foreign nation, then these products have to cater to that standards.
Correct.
So we started producing them to those standards. We started learning a lot. We started participating in international trade fair events.
Yeah.
We collected their expectations and we started matching them.
So we are today in Didac India, and Janatics India is in Didac India. What is the significance, and how do you see Janatics, adding value to this
Interesting question.
ecosystem?
Many used to see us, after seeing us in the exhibition, they used to think us that we are making some educational product or just another training company. No, we feel it is a responsibility of every product manufacturer to be present here. That is how we started. We used to spend a lot of time in training our customers, because our customers who use our products are actually highly knowledgeable.
Right.
So we are the industry people I am talking about.
Yeah.
They use a product after knowing about a particular product.
Yeah.
So we have to educate them.
Yeah.
So we used to conduct training programs.
Right.
But what happened after a point, we used to train them every year. It was practically limited because of the resources.
Yeah.
So then we started shifting the focus of training to the institutes.
Oh.
we contacted the
That's
faculty.
how it got into.
We wanted to train the trainers teach the students. That is how it worked.
But was it from a manufacturing company to into something very different, because it needs pedagogy, and how are you guys doing it? Like,
Actually, we are not a separate division. We are the application team,
right.
which actually provides solutions for industrial client.
Oh.
So all the application team knows the real problem and the solution for it.
True, yeah.
So we create the content for that. The same content is being delivered to the industry,
right,
as well as for the institute.
True. So it's like, engineering colleges would actually would get to know how, things work in industrial setup, right?
Yeah.
And you are imparting that understanding and, that learning.
Yes.
I would say a 40 years experience into these
40 years and multiplied by multiple
true,
subject matter experts inside.
Yeah, correct. So I think let's talk about more about didactic products the Janatics have, and we will have a walkthrough and see what.
Yes, I will take you through.
Thank you.
We actually started with the trainer kits, like you see here.
Yeah.
We just started with the base plate and the trainer kits. Now it has grown to the level where we are teaching various technologies like PLC allied with the solenoids, pneumatic cylinders.
Yeah.
Today we have this IoT kits where remotely you can control a kit.
Right.
It became a popular thing during the COVID times where the students cannot come to the college.
True.
Only a lab in charge is there.
Yeah.
Remotely you can send this program and you can check and verify the program whether it is working or not.
Right.
Similarly on the back side we have the hydraulic kits also.
Wonderful.
So what you see here is a hydraulic trainer kit.
Yeah.
Actually it is connected along with another software called Automation Studio.
Oh, okay.
So we can do the circuit design and simulation there.
Yeah.
And you can actually connect through OPC communication
Right.
through the PLC.
Okay.
And you can simulate the entire function. It is not animation, it is actual simulation.
Okay.
Shows how the system functions.
So do they begin with the Automation Studio as a mechatronics platform?
Yes, exactly.
And then they switch to
The hardware. So
Yeah.
this software along with the PLC could be connected with any technology, be it pneumatics, hydraulics or vacuum.
Yeah.
If you have the components and the properties of it, it will start simulating the properties of it.
True.
If there is a failure or a problem, it's a perfect digital twin that you can see.
True.
Yeah.
I think they would deliberate more on Automation Studio first, and then they would.
That is the way to go forward. So before investing on the hardware,
Correct.
you have some hundreds and hundreds of components in a system.
Right.
You don't need to buy them.
Right.
Virtually simulate them.
Yeah.
If you are okay,
Yeah.
bill of materials are sealed.
True.
So this applies to the industry also.
Yeah.
Because the cost is very high.
Yeah.
Virtually seal everything, perfect it, then go for the procurement of the products and run them.
So are there any levels in per se in pneumatics and hydraulics? Do you have any basics?
We have a basic and advanced.
Okay.
So basic is where we focus on the basic products and the technology.
Yeah.
In advanced, we focus on the complex circuits.
Yeah.
So that is what, and complex products are also there. Very
Right.
mission critical applications, let us say.
Right.
There we talk about those few niche products in advance.
Right. So they go into any digital platform apart from Automation Studio.
We have a product which is there on the other side called modular manufacturing system.
Okay.
I think it
Sure.
will be better explained there.
Please. Exploring MMS, Modular Manufacturing System. And let's see what Janatics has to say about it.
Yeah. In manufacturing, we have got lots of products.
Yeah.
This sample, it talks about modularity and standardization.
Correct.
So company need not go for full-fledged automation in one stroke.
True.
They can do it gradually according to the need of the process, or
Right.
based on the objectives they can take a decision. Let us say
Right.
here we have a feeder station, we have a testing station, we have a buffer,
Yeah.
then we have a process like this.
So that
you
is
can
how
keep-
modular comes
You
in.
can just keep adding.
Correct.
The modularity is not just adding one by one. You
Yeah.
can play. You can keep it flexible according to the
Right.
component.
Right.
And some components can skip a process and go to the next one.
True.
So this is so. Let us say you have at the end you have a sorting station.
Correct.
Assume that is a customer,
Yeah.
and this side is a supplier.
Yeah.
There is a activity in your company.
Right.
So the supply chain, supply demand
Correct.
is being explained here in this entire process. Similar scenario you can find in the company. So what happens is you will have multiple machines, multiple manufacturing stations are there.
Right.
You need to know what's happening in each and every station to keep the entire thing tight.
So somebody working, a student working on MMS would get to learn actual practice of an industry, right?
Exactly. So theoretically, we talk about various technologies like pneumatics, electrical, electronics, all mechatronics technologies. How they are put to use. You know, with the trainer kits, you learn the fundamentals.
Yeah.
But how they are connected together and perform an operation.
Yeah.
That you see here.
Yeah.
So what you learn here when you talk about modularity, you can provide one station to a student and ask him to connect the equipment like you saw in a competition recently in the morning. I think we'll go in detail and discussion. Once again we'll see that one.
Sure.
Where they assimilate a system, they assemble, see how they function as an individual station. But when they integrate a machinery, how they speak to each other. So that you see. So digitally also, we will see the informations going from one station to another station. Like I say, today we have taxi aggregators, food aggregators are there. So you place an order through your mobile, you know whether the driver has picked the parcel is on the way.
So it's a complete tracking of the process.
You have a complete transparency, visibility is there. Similarly, in a totally digitized factory, you place an order, you will know where the product is. Normally you place an order, you know the order has been placed, only when it is coming you will know. But within the factory, where exactly it is, that you can see using manufacturing execution systems like this. Whether you have picked the component, whether you have turned the component, whether done the inspection, whether you are doing assembly.
So can we call it as a smart factory or?
Exactly.
It's a miniature smart factory.
It's a smart factory.
So I think the students who are, want to learn more about Industry 4.0, this is the platform, right?
Exactly.
To get them
so all the technologies, so it doesn't stop itself with the mechanical department.
Right.
So when you talk about smart factory, lots of technologies are going to come. So data are going to be in cloud, let us say. So then cyber security comes in, data science comes in. So it gives a plethora of opportunity for the entire university, starting from mechanical, electrical, electronics, up to computer disciplinary learning environment, platform.
Right. So what are we exactly looking? I think this is more about OE and condition.
Exactly. Overall equipment effectiveness you can monitor.
Right.
And condition monitoring, maintenance. Everything is there. This particular snapshot shows about the status, the data points which we wanted to monitor. That is, let us say, we have the compressed air energy running behind to pushing and pulling all the components. So it shows the pressure, air pressure, let us say 5.89 bar. So if I switch off something, it becomes 0. Then it shows a caution like this. Here we have switched off the conveyor. So it is 0 RPM means there's a malfunction. You go and switch on, it starts running, the caution goes up. The same thing is extended to the augmented reality systems also. If you have a HoloLens from Microsoft or you have an iPad, Apple iPad, through that you can hand over this device to a non-skilled person abroad. Let us say I make a machinery. So Indian students come up, become entrepreneurs, or they sell their machinery abroad. They don't need to have a skilled manpower everywhere. They just need an iPad or a HoloLens or a smart device. Our applications will be stored into the cloud. They can download, they can see. Remotely sitting from India, you can control and see everything and ask them to do the servicing.
Oh, wonderful.
So with the smart devices, you become more smarter.
So it is being integrated with augmented reality to understand more about. And how is virtual reality connected to this particular system? Is there
virtual reality is more of training. The objects which are in the virtual world. But here, those virtual data are projected on top of the real product.
That is what augmented reality is.
Exactly.
So now, what exactly are we experiencing in genetics automation skill competition?
I request my colleague, Mr. Aravind Ramachandran, to give throw some light on the competition, the events.
Hi, sir.
How are you? I'm good, how are you?
So as we were speaking with Mr. Subramaniam about Janatics India and how is it value adding to the education world, here we have with us Mr. Aravind, who would more talk about didactic, because this exhibition is more about didactic.
So K.Ganapathy Subramaniam has explained how we are evolving ourselves in the industry in terms of automation. We have to generate or create the skill ecosystem as well to feed into the resources for the industries. So Janatics Didactic division is concentrating on how a methodical way of training the students can happen. We have a practice of training our own employees since ages on how the training has to be done systematically and provide the solution.
True.
So we believe in skilling everybody.
Yeah.
So we try to take this pedagogy towards educational institutions as well, so that skill can generate a lot of new resources that can feed into the industries.
True.
That's what the objective of Janatics Didactic is.
So we are, specifically we have Janatics booth wherein we are showcasing the exhibits per se and the hardware of Janatics. But we also have Janatics skill competition. Can you talk more about what is it?
Sure.
It fascinates us about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Usually many universities have a guideline of the equipment to student ratio as 1:30.
True.
But many people think that everybody should have a technical exposure, try to have hands-on.
Right.
So JDLS, Janatics Digital Learning Solution, is a platform which has been created to connect student, explore their talents, experience in certain skill activities and connect with industry.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It has got various different products, virtual reality based products, e-learning and many other things are yet to come. The first product to be added into it is VMAL, Virtual Mechatronics Automation Laboratory. Yeah. And September 18th we launched this competition.
Right.
So we want to give this opportunity to everybody. But of course, a competition should always have funneling, and we have to honor the best talented
people. It was
people.
pan-India competition for all the engineering colleges?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So it includes engineering colleges, diploma, and ITI.
So how many students were participating in this particular competition?
So there were more than 500 registrants.
Oh, wonderful!
And there were about 110 who are eligible because. So there were two modules in it. So this idea of VMAL is to teach how we can build automation systems.
Correct.
So we have a physical product which is called DIY, do it yourself.
Right.
Where it gives the components comes in a dismantled way. True. And student has to assemble it, do the wiring, piping, and a PLC program, and run and see the output.
Right.
So, but when you expose them directly, to a physical hardware, there is always, a fear and a restriction.
Right.
So what we thought is, why can't we give them, kind of a digital way,
platform,
so that even if they make a mistake or accident, that's not going to cost anybody anything.
Right.
So that's where this particular product was launched, VMAL, with the DIY in a digital format.
Right.
So it started with a VR, the head-mounted device, and then we have a desktop and a mobile version also, so that it can anybody and everybody can use it, because today mobile and desktop is available with everybody.
Right.
So the level 1 was online, where students have to practice in their or compete within each other in a mobile and a desktop.
Yeah.
We have built a system which will automatically score them according to their way. So of course there is certain conditions that they have to meet and the scores are met.
Right.
So that systems, 100 people were eligible, which means they passed in both the versions, editions, and then top 30 has been invited here.
They were shortlisted.
Shortlisted here to do the physical activity.
Yeah.
So that is about JAS. So maybe can we?
Sure.
So this is our competition area, where students are being invited. We have 3 areas. One is a practice zone.
Yeah.
So when a student comes in, we would like to first brief them about what is this, so that they get accustomed to it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, and they are very clear on what they have to deliver.
Right.
So then they come into the VR. So that will be the next level, where they start whatever they have done in the mobile and the desktop version. Now they'll be doing it with the head-mounted devices.
Okay. Right.
So initially they'll be given the instruction on how to use it.
Right.
So of course it's not that difficult though.
So here the competition is right now going.
Right. There is one candidate who's trying to do her VR level.
Right. So she's one of the 30 shortlisted. Right?
Yes, she is.
Oh, wonderful. So we have Pinusha with us. So Pinusha, how was your experience at Janatics Automation?
I'm feeling very much delighted about this Janatics Automation.
Right. So you started from, your journey started from a qualifier round, right?
Yes, sir.
So how was that, the remote way of learning? How was that?
Firstly, I got confused how to do the connections. After practicing daily, it will help me to know all about this.
Correct.
And I feel so much enjoyed.
So you're talking about VMAL and JDLS platform, right?
Yes, sir.
So what were the challenges you faced while learning?
Firstly, I felt very much confused about this, how to connect.
Right.
But they are showing guided step by step.
Yeah.
we know about that platform in a very better manner.
So do you think this would be beneficial for the students to learn?
Yes, sir. It will be very much beneficial for students because we can learn PLC connections, electrical connections,
Right.
and mechanical connections.
What's next? Are you looking for similar opportunities?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
This opportunity is very much helpful for me to enjoy a lot,
Great.
enjoying the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
It was nice speaking to you. Best wishes for your future.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
So then once when she completes it, the scores gets automatically added into our system
Right.
where she can log into her. So JDLS is a platform where students can log in. They can have their own account. They can practice. They can maintain their scores. They can see their scores. So they can evaluate themselves to see how better they are doing it.
Right.
So these scores will also get updated.
It is clear in this transformative era, remaining relevant is crucial. And according to World Economic Forum's Future Job Reports, around 98% of the companies are willing to adopt technologies like cloud computing. Around 90% want to include IoT as a technology. Around 80% want to include robotics and industrial automation in their processes. Our understanding these technologies and ensuring their effective implementation is vital. The key lies in skilling humans or human capital. They say human ingenuity is the root of shared prosperity. Signing off from Didac India, Bengaluru. Goodbye for now.